Hello and welcome back. So, a quick one to the traditional bone setters or patronizers of traditional bone setters. So, many times you see a patient come in with a gangrenous hand, a necrosed hand, everything has gone wrong, and that is when they come to the hospital. And oftentimes they'll be needing amputation. Then I hear people out there a lot. I mean, I saw a post where people were always complaining about how is it that every time you come to the hospital they are thinking of how to amputate your limbs or something when you come with one of those broken limbs and whatnot. And most times people present to the hospital when they have presented to the traditional bone setter who has done the damage. Yes, you come when, because most times what I see is they would have tied the affected limb, and it's tied so tightly that at the end of the day there's no blood flow, ischemia sets in, and every other thing goes wrong. Like it spirals down basically, and then the next thing you are presenting to the hospital. And you know the funny thing is the traditional bone setter that tells them, okay, come to the hospital and come and see the doctor after they messed up everything. I remember I think a month ago, where I saw a 6-year-old boy. I mean, it was so painful for me, and I remember clearly because is a child. He didn't need to lose his limbs because of this practice. This child came from school. According to the mother, he came from school. He was complaining about pain in his it was his right hand. He was complaining about pain in his right shoulder, I think, and elbow, something like that. So they suspected, okay, maybe he had a dislocation because they said it happened after play. And I mean, the next thing to do is to take the child to the hospital to have an x-ray to see what is going on in the limb. But no, they went to a traditional bone setter, and the woman tied the limb so tightly. Everything was wrong basically, because by the time they presented, it was 6 days after the incident had happened and after they had visited the traditional bone setter. And by then, when I saw them, the boy's limbs were all black. He wasn't feeling anything. Obviously, you know that there was loss of sensation and all of that, so you know that basically that boy is going to lose that limb. It was very sad. I didn't even know how to tell the parents. So, well, I had spoken with my chief and all of that, and scheduled them for a surgery the next day, of course, to amputate the arm so that we don't risk the boy having infection all over the body. So by the time the news was broken to the mother, she felt guilty, because according to the father, he was telling me that the boy didn't even want to go to the traditional bone setter. When the mother said they should go, he kept crying. He said he didn't want to go, but the mother insisted, and they went. And I mean, obviously this is the outcome, so she was so sad. She cried a lot. She felt bad. Of course, the same me had to still go and comfort her and make her see that sometimes we make decisions in the best interest of our children, but at the end of the day it's not what's best for them. And this is one of the cases. So I just had to tell her so that she doesn't feel bad and blame herself for the rest of her life. But well, the boy lost his right hand. Yeah. And it was really sad. And I've not just him, I've seen a lot of other cases. I just remember this because it was very recent, and then it was a small child that I felt really sorry for. So by and large, I'm doing this to say that when you have a pain, you have a dislocation, you have a fracture, you have an injury that you think you need to see a doctor, please see a doctor. Because in my own setting, you talk to people and they tell you one number na CBT money, meaning this is not a hospital thing. Basically it's spiritual. But at the end of the day, when they go and meet their spiritual healer and things get bad, they'll still come back to you in the hospital to amputate that limb, and you are blamed for doing a spree of amputations. So next time, please see your doctor promptly before you lose that limb. Yeah.